Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to this month's Stretch the Sketch. We are working with a sketch from Laura Whitaker from scrappingaroundtheclock.blogspot.com, and I have decided to turn it on its side and stretch it into a 9 by 24. And I know that sounds weird. I could have just done a 9 by 12 and met the requirements of stretching the sketch. And what that means is we take the sketch, it's a 12 by 12 sketch, and we change it into a different size. It can be larger, can be smaller, as long as it's not a 12 by 12, that is the goal. So the reason I decided to do a 9 by 24 is I have these pictures of my grandson's birthday party, and I had 6 pictures here, and then I have a whole bunch of other photos as well. And so I know I could fit probably a bunch of them on one page, but I wanted to kind of showcase that it's his birthday and make it kind of a special spread in his album. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing this 9 by 24, and they're going to be back to back. And then there is going to be another layout with the remaining photos on it that will be the next page in the album, and that top 3-inch space is going to have the title, which will read Happy Birthday Cutie Pie. And if you watch my channel next week, you will see that layout being made. And so that's kind of a little bit of a spoiler alert that that's what the next video is. But if you want to see how it all comes together as these 3 pages, tune in next week as well. So I decided to use, of course, Chamel papers because that's what I pretty much use in all of his layouts, or the majority of his layouts. And I thought this paper from Sparkle City with all the balloons would be just perfect because it's his birthday, his first birthday. And we just had it at a park, and his birthday's on Halloween, so we had it just the weekend after in November. And this paperwork does kind of make it look like it's a summer birthday. And it's not really a summer birthday, it's a fall birthday. But in California, it doesn't really matter. You can have a birthday at a park in November most of the time, and you know, you're going to have pretty decent weather. There are times that it rains, but it's not nearly like it would be in other parts of the country, so it's still doable. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with this fun paper that's more birthday themed. It's not really birthday themed in the collection that it comes in, but it's got that birthday vibe to it. And then I really like this ombre. It's not really ombre, I guess. It's this purple to kind of pink paper, and I turned it on its side, and I like how the kind of the pinkish colors meet up in the middle. But of course, when this is in the album, it's going to be back to back, but the title work on the next page will have some matching elements that will bring it all together. So again, tune in next week and check that out, and you can see how it all comes together at that point. So I've already kind of told you what Stretch the Sketch is about. There are a bunch of us that play along every month. It is the third Sunday of the month. And I will have a list down below with links to all of the other ladies playing along. So go and check them out and leave them some love as well. We have a lot of fun. We've been doing this for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May, and hopefully we're going to plan something a little special for that, maybe a giveaway or something. We'll let you know. Now I've pulled out all of the ephemera that I want to start looking through and deciding what I'm going to use. And I use a lot of tags, a lot of labels. I do layer some of them up onto foam. I have also these dies from Bo Bunny that are tabs, and if you've watched my videos, you might have seen them in another video because I use them not a lot, but frequently enough that they've probably made an appearance in other videos. That tab that says wonderful on it, I went ahead and stretched that. It's not a tab, it's a banner piece. I stretched that across through that photo, And these 6 photos, the first one is him with his mom and dad. He's sitting in his high chair. And then the next ones are all pictures of him with his birthday pie. Since his birthday's Halloween and it's a fall birthday, he loves pumpkin, so we went ahead with pumpkin pie for his first birthday dessert rather than being birthday cake. And so he had his own little pie with whipped cream topping and everything, and his mommy gave him the whole pie. And we kind of waited to see what he would do. He was super tentative about sticking his face into it. He kind of looked at us like, is this gonna be okay? And he got his nose in it and everything. And then she kind of put her hand in it and gave him some from her hand. And then he decided, okay, I can eat this. And then she gave him a spoon, and he proceeded to just spoon it out and eat it with a spoon, which was kind of funny. But so all of these photos kind of just document that little progression of eating his birthday pie on his first birthday. Now the other page is going to have other photos from the party, the one next week, so you can take a look at that. And I just thought it would be fun to have this progression of photos. So I have pulled out the washi tape you see there. That camera strip is all washi tape. I've used the turquoise washi tape across the top there. I really like the addition of the black and white stripe. Those are border strips, I believe, that I just pulled in. And I'm just layering up embellishments, lots and lots of embellishments. Some of them are from Glitter Girl. Some of them are from, I think maybe Head in the Clouds. I could be wrong on that. That one that I'm putting down with the clouds right there is super old. I think it's, oh my gosh, I don't know. It could be even from maybe Little by Little or something like that. Anyway, I'm using a lot of stuff. At this point, most of the embellishments are all kind of mixed up into a plastic little envelope. And so I don't know what ones are from which collection necessarily, because I've kind of mixed them all together because I kind of use them all together. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Now I am using some black distress ink around these just to give a little bit of dimension. And I don't do that on all of my layouts, but when I have light color on light color or dark color on dark color, I want to make sure that there's some dimension and a little differentiation between the pieces so that they kind of pop a little more. And so you'll see me do that pretty frequently if I'm not, layering up dark on light and light on dark. So I think that yellow banner piece would have kind of blended in with the pieces below it if I hadn't done that. And so that's why I'm using that. Also, it kind of does bring a little bit of continuity between all of the pieces or all of the pages in the layout if they all have the same treatment done to them. So that's just another thought on why you might use distress ink or some other kind of ink to tie your pages together, maybe throughout an album or throughout a section of layouts in an album, and maybe all the layouts go together. I've decided to also use a lot of different phrase ephemera, and some of them say stuff like sparkle, be magical, go big or go home, your pure magic, you've got this, have fun, wonderful, and then there's one that says starry-eyed. And the reason I chose these is they're kind of like, I don't know, they're just kind of like adding to the day. It was kind of for him especially because he's just turning 1. It's kind of like a magical experience, and he's looking at that big pie with these big eyes, and so there's a little encouragement. You've got this, and he's a little starry-eyed over it. I just thought they were fun little sayings to kind of emulate kind of what his day was like for him. And so yeah, that's why I decided to use those. I also used like an ice cream cone in that upper left-hand corner and a cake in the lower right-hand corner. And we didn't have ice cream or cake on his birthday. We had pie, which, you know, I'm going to, well, I or his mom will document that in the journaling. And if you follow my channel, you know that I do I do all of his layouts. And then I leave the journaling spots on most of them for her to write in. Now, since I was there for this particular occasion, I might write a few notes on it, but then I will leave space for her to write her thoughts on it as well. And she's really good about putting those things down onto the paper and getting them documented for him. And I just think that's special for her to be able to write her thoughts as well, even though she's not the one actually scrapbooking the page. So the reason, you know, we've got the cake and the ice cream on there, it's a celebration, and, you know, ice cream and cake go with celebrations, so hey, why not? I've left all of these little spots open so there can be lots of little notes on here. There doesn't have to be one gigantic story. And I don't really think there was a gigantic story for the day. There was nothing super, I guess, super specific that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to get the overall feel of the day, the overall sense of his wonder and enjoyment, and you know, there's going to be other stuff on the next page as well, so that'll probably talk about, you know, who was there and all of that kind of stuff, versus this page is more about just his sense of wonder and enjoyment of his birthday pie. And so going back to the layout, there are several of these pieces that I have popped up onto foam tape, and so as you're watching it, you'll see me laying down foam tape. That's just the Fun Foam from Walmart, and it is sticky backed on one side, so you do have to use a little bit of glue on the other side. You could use tape runner, except for the tape runner peels off of it super easily, so I use the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. It works really well. It dries fairly quickly, and you don't have to sit there holding it for ages. And you do have a few seconds that you can kind of slide things around if you don't have them lined up perfectly, or if you want to get them, you know, more straight up and down or something like that. I played around with where I want this little tiny flower to go. It just stuck a little glue under it. And then I'm using these puffy hearts from Head in the Clouds to add to the layout. And just add a little something small. And then I will add some of the sequins from, I think I'm using sequins from a sequin mix that Spiegel Mom Scraps made specifically for Sparkle City. I could be wrong on that. They could be something that they used for another particular collection, but I think these were the Sparkle City ones. But anyway, they are like purples and blues and super, super cute. Just adding a little tiny bit of additional detail to it. And that's pretty much going to do it for the layout. It'll take me a few seconds here to put those on, but the close-ups will be coming along shortly, so stick around for those. And don't forget to go over and check out all of the other wonderful and talented ladies that are playing along this week, or this month I should say. And again, we do this every month, third Sunday of the month. So click the little bell reminder down below and you'll get notifications when I put new videos up. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love for you to subscribe. And if you are, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for spending time with me today. And I really hope you enjoy my channel. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think. It does take me a little bit of time to get back to you, just because I don't always have my laptop with me when I'm, you know, throughout the day. So it takes me a little bit of time to get back to you, but I do. I read them all and I really enjoy them. So thanks so much. I really appreciate you. I will see you guys next time.